Hello, everyone. I just wanted to pop on. I have a lot of thoughts swirling around in my head, so I thought I would come on and share um, this concept of choices. We make a lot of choices in our lives. Sometimes we make good choices, sometimes we don't. But what's prompted this to be in my head is my family, myself and my husband and my kids are selling our house and we are moving to a bigger city, but we are going to be renting. So we have lived in small towns for 10 plus years, and we have gotten used to that type of lifestyle. But the town that we're in has been very toxic for my children. So we had to kind of weigh our pros and cons um, about what we were going to do about it. And with the housing market and stuff, going into a bigger city, buying a house was just not feasible. So we made the choice to move into a rental for the time being. Again, they're like, it's a choice. You won't know if it's good or bad until you make that choice. And sometimes these choices are hard. So one of the tips that I wanted to share is, at least personally, I find doing the pros and cons, thinking of the good and the bad of the choice. Lots of times in our mind, it wants to keep us safe. So if we don't kind of look at it in a logical format, our brain will want us to stay in our comfort zone. It'll want us to stay with what we know, and it'll want us to stay safe. But sometimes there is an amazing thing on the other side of a choice. So we have to make the decision to get out of our comfort zone and kind of ignore our brain telling us to stay safe. Because, like I said, amazing things can happen on the other side of a choice that we make. So another tip about making choices is kind of ask yourself questions. As a life coach, I find I have learned more and more about asking questions, and I apply that to myself when I am trying to come up with a decision. So I ask myself, how do I want to feel? How is where I'm currently at making me feel? But how do I want to feel? I also ask myself, what brings me joy? What would be the purpose of making this decision? What do I want to accomplish? Who do I want involved? So there's all kinds of questions that we can ask ourselves to help with that decision-making choice. My life coach mentor always says that life is an experiment. So you can make a choice, and if it doesn't turn out the way you want, you do a pivot. Life is always either you're going to see success or you're going to learn something. So when you make that choice, whether it turns out or not, you've either learned something or it turned out great. So think of life as an experiment and just, ask yourself those questions. And it's really important to determine in our heart what we want and how we want to feel. That kind of makes it a little bit easier. So we look at logic, but then we also look at what in our heart is it telling us to do. And kind of not necessarily ignoring the brain, but being aware that our brain works is that it wants to keep us safe and in our comfort zone. and we're not being chased by tigers anymore. We're not living in the Stone Ages. The decisions that we make aren't necessarily going to hurt us. So when we decided to sell our house, take the equity out of our house and move into a bigger city where it's not so cliquey and so toxic, the kids will have a lot more opportunity, moving from a population of 1,300 to 400,000. It's going to be a big life change. We are looking forward to it. We have done that whole process already, and we are very happy with our decision. Is it scary? Of course it is. But we're embracing it. And we had to go through that whole decision-making process. And the other thing that you have to remember is it is your choice. It is not anyone else's. No one else is living your life. No one else knows your circumstances. So sometimes it's hard to ignore the noise around you when you make a decision. But keep in mind, it is your decision, and do what is best for your heart, for your family, and for how you want your life to be lived. So if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I am a certified life coach. Actually, I'm an advanced certified life coach. And I like helping people through working through these types of struggles and problems. I do it myself, on myself. I do it with clients. And if you're, ever wanting to hop on a call with me, I offer free. The first call is free. It's, 20 to 30 minutes out of your day to find out how life coaching can impact your life and help you with coming up with some solutions to some of your struggles that you're having. So again, make a comment and I would be happy to reach out. Have a great day.